Hello everyone. Okay, so today is the 29th of September and where is my one notebook? This one? Yep. Okay. So today is Friday. Saturdays tend to be busy at work, so I'm going to do the first roll for Spookoplathon right now so that I know what I'm going to be picking up. So now I have my notebook here of all of the readathons. There's like 6 readathons and then I have my own October TBR. On the front of this I have 2 sticky notes of ebooks that I want to get to, and some of these ebooks are group reads for some of the readathons and some of them are not. But they're all involved in the readathon. They will all fit, whether it's a group read or a prompt for some of the readathons. So there's 6 of them I want to get to. I put them here so that they're more at the front of my mind. So I have Trick or Treat-a-thon. I have Gothtober, Spooktober, I have my Catwalk TBR game for October. There is the Hocus Pocus readathon. There is Smut-tober. I have filmed a video for that. 3 of the ebooks on those sticky notes that you saw are for Smut-tober. And then there is Becca's Spookoplathon. That's 7 TBRs. I have created a TBR for all of them. So for Becca's Spooktober, I did 5 rolls. I did not end up with any doubles, but I'm going to make things a little bit more complicated, and that's where this vlog comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and do roll number 1 to pick what book. Now, if the first roll for Becca's Spookoplathon, or the first official roll, if that turns out to be a roll that I got when I built the TBR, then that's the book that I will go with. If it does not, then I cannot pick any of these books. I have to go with a different book, and hopefully it's a book that will fit or that I have for another of my TBR games. It'll make more sense as we go. So yeah. Let's just kind of get into this. I've printed a new Spookoplathon board game because the one that I had printed off was, a little bit of it was cut off, so I've finally figured out how to get that, and so I have printed that. I did go ahead and print out the chance and the community shelf cards. I did fill those out. One of them I did random prompts with a random prompt generator. The other one I just picked game books from a recent haul. So the books are on that one. And then that's all I can think of. Oh, and I did print the rules so I have the official of what the exact prompt is. So let's go ahead and get the stuff that we need so that I can see what book I will be starting off for October. Now, all right, here are the chance cards and the community shelf cards, and then I have the dice. I will not be rolling into this because there's just not room, so I'm going to set that off to the side. I'll just kind of roll right here, and then I do have all of the prompts printed out. Okay. I'll grab my notebook and I'm going to write number 1. Okay, now, okay, thankfully no double, so I have a 5 and a 2, so 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're already starting off with a chance. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the way, and here are the chance cards. So I'm set that right there. Okay, so here, I'll lift this. Give me the chance cards again. Okay. Okay, so how am I gonna, will these let me shuffle a little bit? Okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. And then I will just stick this back into this stack of them. So there's always a chance this particular one will come up again. And chance, oh, these ones are the books. Community shelf is the prompts, I think. Yeah, so the community shelf are the prompts. These are the books. So these are going to be all recent hauls. And this book is, there you go. There's the title and the author. And that is Things I Wanted to Say by Monica Murphy. So this is a book title. Okay, so this one I will not go back because for whatever reason I was thinking this one was prompts. So this one, I am just going to go ahead and recycle this one, and these, you know, anyway, because I don't want to read the same book in the same month. Okay, so as you can see from the chance card, I ended up with this one, which is Things I Wanted to Say by Monica Murphy. This is a book that I acquired in September. So this will be the first read. This came out in 2021. There is a playlist at the front, so I will go to my Amazon Music and create that playlist so I can listen to that. It includes Champagne Coast by Blood Orange, Rebel If I Lie by Eli or Ellie Rose, Affection by Between Friends, Monster by Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber, That Way by Tate McRae, Bitter by Fletcher Keto, Streets by Doja Cat, Daddy Issues by The Neighborhood, Miss Summer by Odie, and Sex, Money, Feelings Die by Likey Lee. And I don't have Spotify. It says find the rest of Things I Wanted to Say playlist, and it gives the website or the link for Spotify. I don't have a Spotify, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go by what's actually written there. And then this is 400 and with the epilogue 87 pages. So we're starting off with a little bit of a thicker book. And this is a standalone. So it's, oh, the title is Things I Wanted to Say But Never Did. I only had part of but the spine only ends with what I wanted to say. And this is a standalone. So, and will be my first experience with this particular author, Monica Murphy. So let me tell you what this is about. It says, Whit Lancaster burst into my life like a storm, dark and thunderous, furious and fierce, cold, heartless, and devastatingly beautiful, like the statues in our prep school gardens. The school with his family name on the sign. He can do no wrong here. This is his domain. And this is like a young adult or a new adult, so I don't know how steamy this is going to be. I think the age of the characters are teenagers, but I don't know if it's going to be like adult content. Continuing on with the synopsis says, he's a menace on campus, adored and feared, hated and respected. His taunting words carve into my skin, shredding me to ribbons, yet his intense gaze scorches my blood, fills me with a longing I don't understand. When he comes to my rescue one night, he ends up broken, bleeding. My instincts scream to leave and let him suffer, but I can't. I sneak him into my room, clean him up, fall for his lies, let him possess every single part of me until I'm the one left, a gasping, broken mess. Then he leaves me alone in the dead of night, taking my journal with him. Now he knows all my secrets, my hate, my truth, and he promises to use my words against me. I'll be ruined if my darkest secret gets out. That's when I strike a bargain with the devil. I'll let Wit Lancaster ruin me behind closed doors instead. This book is not on any of my TBRs, so this is an additional book for October. So I'm not starting off with anything that's going to fit any of those readathons I mentioned earlier. So this is just an additional book. If this has smut in it, this will work for Smuttober. Smuttober is just to read any smut. There are some prompts. I do like going with prompts, so I have picked a book for the prompts. There were 5 prompts, not including the group read. So we'll see. Obviously I'm not going to know until I get into this. So that's going to be the first read for October. So let me know what readathons are you participating in, and then I will see you when it's time for roll number 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and roll again at this point. I have not finished my book for roll number 1. So if you remember, I landed on chance, so I drew a chance card, and it came up with this one, which is Things I Wanted to Say But Never Did by Monica Murphy. I am, as of right now, on page 109, which is the start of chapter 11. I'm going to spend the rest of the day reading. It's about 4:30 on Sunday, October 1st. So I will finish this late tonight, like probably between 11 and midnight, or very early tomorrow morning. So I want to go ahead and do roll number 2 for this Spookoplathon, so that I have the next book on deck ready to go. So let's go ahead and let's see, I've got the dice there. Okay, so let's figure out, so there's the chance that I landed on last time. Let's go ahead and switch up the magnet. So now it's this black cat with a kind of a pink magenta moon background. Okay. All right. Okay, so 1 and a 3, so 4 is what I'm moving. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Spoopy. I need to look that up. So I'll turn this around. Now I can remove these because it's these aren't being used for this roll. Okay, so this is what I landed on right there, which is right here, Spoopy. Okay, let me look that up. Okay, I'm zooming out a little bit. Okay, so I've got the instructions. So links, introduction, rules, the spaces. Okay. So Spoopy is a darker pink. So this is browns, purples. Okay. Spoopy. Read a spoopy book. Spoopy, is in quotes, refers to things that are spooky but not scary, like kids' Halloween movies. For this prompt, you're looking for something that embodies spooky season vibes but without the fear element. Maybe a middle grade or a cute witchy graphic novel. This prompt is solely upon your own interpretation. What the heck am I going to read? Okay, so this one I am going to go with Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. This is a middle grade, witches, and this is actually a buddy read for one of the readathons. So it says, every year in the magical town of Ravenskill, young witchlings participate in the Black Moon ceremony, are placed into covens, and come into their powers as full-fledged witches. 7 Salazar can't wait to be placed in House Hyacinth. She's worked so hard to get the best possible placement and to avoid being a spare, a leftover witch with lesser powers, looked down on by everyone. But in the night of the ceremony, 7 isn't placed into Hyacinth or in one of the 5 covens at all. She's a spare. Even worse... Oh, there's a book too. Even worse, when 7 and the other 2 spares perform the magic circle to seal their coven, it doesn't work. They're stuck as witchlings and will lose their magical abilities for good. 7 invokes her only option, the impossible task. The 3 spares must defeat the dreaded night beast. If they work together and succeed, they'll gain their full powers. If they fail, well, the last coven to make the attempt ended up being turned into toads forever. So, this is book number 1 in a series. Book number 2 is called The Golden Frog Games. So, it gives me Harry Potter, but for young readers. So, I think this is what I'm going to go with for spoopy. So Halloween or seasonal, definitely autumn vibes, spooky season vibes, but I don't think this is going to have the fear element. Especially where this is for younger readers. This is definitely a middle grade. I have read a book by Claribel, Ortega before, and I really enjoyed it. It definitely had the spooky vibes, season vibes, but it was not scary. It didn't have the fear book. The fear element, and that was Ghost Squad. So I fully expect the same type of vibe from this. So this will be the next book. So once I am done with Things I Wanted to Say But Never Did by Monica Murphy, I will start this either very late tonight or early in the morning. I'll start Witchlings. So this will be the next up on deck. And then I expect tomorrow to do another roll. So today's only October 1st, and I'm already 100 pages into this, and I will finish this tonight or very early. This I can definitely finish in one day, where it's a middle grade. So, yeah. Now, let's go through my readathon prompts. I am going to switch things around as far as what books I selected and all of that. So, okay, for Trick or Treat-a-thon, the small bingo card is, and I have to do the small one. I have to complete my small bingo card before I can move on to the bigger ones. So let's just focus on these prompts, including the free space. So party music, musician, main character, music-based magic. I really don't think so about this, although that could change depending on when I get into this, but I doubt it. Villain's POV, no, for You're a Monster. Festival food, food on the cover. No, there is no food on the cover. Here we go. Witches or has a magic system. So this will count for one of them. Okay, so I did have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban slotted for that, but I'm going to eliminate that, and we're going to do Witchlings instead. By Claribel Ortega. And then I had the author uses a pen name under that, which I did. I selected Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant, but Monica Murphy actually uses a pen name, and her pen name is Karen Erickson. So this works for that. So within 2 days, I will have finished 2 prompts for my mini bingo board. Okay. All right. Now, let's zoom in just a little bit so you can see this. I mean, it's upside down for you, so I'm sorry, but I'm going through this. Gothtober, let's see. BIPOC rep. This might work. But I'm not going to say for sure without them actually saying in there. So I'm going to leave that one alone. Same thing with disability rep. I'm not going to know until I get into it. Same thing with LGBTQ rep. Sentient house. I'm not going to know unless I get into it. Head empty, just vibes. I guess this could work because it's a middle grade, so for a younger reader, it's gonna give more vibes rather than more substance to it. So maybe this will not have fake dating. A book that haunts you, I doubt it. Asian mythology, I don't know. I won't know until I read it. Smut or spice, this is a middle grade. It will not have that. Monster romance, nope. So I don't think it'll work for any of these prompts. If it does, I'm not gonna know until I read the book. So we'll skip Gothtober. Okay, for Spooktober, I am on Team Ghost. This is not one of my, so the teen books are The Neighbor's Secret and How We Fall Apart. So this is not for the teen reads. Pulpick, Dyed in the Wool, that's actually the second book in a series. I need to get the first book, so I screwed up on that Pulpick, but I'll just go with the first book. Blood marks or broken object on the cover. I do not see any blood nor anything broken on the cover. One POV, maybe. I won't know until I read it, but I think this one will be one point of view, so that could go in place of that one. Locked room or closed circle of suspects. Oh wait, but this has to be a mystery book, and this is not a mystery. I don't think it is a mystery. So let me get my... If I can spell Witchlings. This is a fantasy. Oh, this does have LGBTQ. It does say queer and LGBT. So I'm going to go back over here to Gothtober, A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. I'm going to cross that out. And I'm going to use Witchlings because Goodreads does say right here, queer and LGBT. And as you can see, it's for Witchlings. So that I will use in place of this. So Witchlings. And then I hope to remember to write down what sort of LGBT rep it is. So by Claribel A. Ortega. All right, so that's one prompt for Gothtober that will be completed. Where this is not a mystery, it will not work for Teen Ghost, but was this a thriller? It's not a thriller. It's a fantasy or paranormal. So it is not a thriller focus. It's not a horror focused, so I can't do anything for Spooktober. Okay, October Catwalk TBR. Do I have this on here? Best Served Hot. Okay, this is not a library book, so I can't do it for that prompt. This is not a pet pick. It's not a library book. It's not my punishment book. It's not a horror, mystery, or thriller. I don't know about it being associated with the word coin. I could do it for Candy, which is a free pick. Okay, now it would work for the prompt Back to School, Children Middle Grade YA, and this is a middle grade, but the question is if it would work for the color 7654. Right now I have 13 treasures slotted in, so let me go grab the color card and we'll see if this is on here. Okay, so this is the book I had for my middle grade, and the color is 7654, which is this purple. I mean, there is purple on here, but I'm going to say no, it's not going to fit this because it's either too dark, too light, or a completely different shade. So yeah, I'm going to say no on that one. So I will not be doing anything for my October Catwalk TBR, so I'll put that back. Okay. Hocus Pocus Readathon, Team Undead. Will this work for one of these prompts? Read a mystery. It is not a mystery. Read a spooky book. I mean, maybe. Features a zombie, ghost, or other undead character. No, because this is witches. So unless something pops up when I'm reading it, then it's not going to work for that. Something about something you personally fear. Unless the something in the subject matter makes me go, yeah, I am going to fear that. I'll do that so you can see the cover a bit better. About a serial killer or murderer? No. Set in a graveyard or features a graveyard? No. Okay, so I am going to see, so for Hocus Pocus, the things I wanted to say but never did actually works for the first prompt for Team Trick-or-Treaters, which is to read a book while listening to rain sounds. I've done that. And this will work for Team Trick-or-Treaters as well, which is features characters with magical powers. They're witches, they have magical powers. So even though I am not on Team Trick-or-Treaters, I'm still going to try to fulfill the prompts if I can. So let's put that in. For Team Trick-or-Treaters. And we'll see if I joined the right team with the prompts I'm able to fulfill. Okay. So that's for Hocus Pocus. Okay, for Smut-tober, this works. This is a bully romance, so it is, bully is a subgenre of enemies to lovers. So I have put this in for enemies to lovers. I mean, bullies are enemies, so yeah. So this will work for that. This, it's a middle grade. There will not be any smut, so this will not work for Smut-tober. And then we're on Becca's Spookoplathon. Okay, so that's it. So I will be back. So again, this will be for my roll number 3 for Becca's Spookoplathon. Let me know if you've read this or anything by Claribel Ortega. I did, again, read Ghost Squad. Thoroughly enjoyed that. So yeah, talk to me in the comment section below. But I will be back for roll number 3 once I get a good portion of the way through Witchlings. Hey everyone. Okay. So it took me longer, but I did finally finish Things I Wanted to Say by Monica Murphy. I have yet to read it and do a review and all of that. So I'm going to work on that today. So I will be starting Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. This will be a quick read because it is a middle grade. So let's go ahead and do the 3rd roll just so that I have it on deck for when I finish Witchlings. So okay, let's get into this next roll. So here are the chance cards. Here's the community shelf cards. And I'm going to switch this just to this next one. Okay, so we landed on Spoopy. Okay, so that's where we're at. Eight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Daphnie du Maurier. Oh, I have something that'll work perfect for that. Okay, for this one, this is one that I actually rolled before. So I did 5 rolls to kind of help plan it. And now I'm doing a roll as you go type of a thing. And this one, Daphnie du Maurier, is one that I rolled when I did my planning ahead type of rolls. So I did have printed out so I can tell you what the prompt actually what it reads according to Becca's rule list. It says, Daphnie du Maurier, the queen of dark, haunting, atmospheric literature. Read a gothic story or read a book by Daphnie du Maurier. I actually have a book, and this is the one that I selected when I was planning the roles, a book by Daphnie du Maurier. I'm going to go with Jamaica Inn. So, this is the selection. It says, after the death of her mother, Mary Yellen crosses the windswept Cornish moors to Jamaica Inn, the home of her aunt Patience. There she finds Patience a changed woman, downtrodden by her violent husband Josh Merlin. Mary discovers that the inn is a front for a lawless gang of criminals and is unwillingly dragged into their dangerous world of smuggling and murder. Despite herself, she becomes powerfully attracted to a man she dares not trust, Josh Merlin's brother. Before long, she will be forced to cross her own moral line to save herself. So, yeah, this is what I'm going to go with. I think Daphnie du Maurier is best known for Rebecca, which I enjoyed Rebecca. I have read that. I also recently, this year, read Frenchman's Creek by Daphnie du Maurier, and I actually liked that better than Rebecca, so we'll see where this falls. But yeah, so Jamaica Inn. So this is going to be the read that I pick up after Witchlings. All right, guys, it is time for the next roll. Got my notebook here with all of the prompts, so let me flip over to, okay, Becca's Spookoplathon. So roll as we go, number 2 was Spoopy, a spooky book but not scary. So season vibes with the fear element. So for this one, I selected Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. I just finished this one a couple of minutes ago. 5 freaking stars. Absolutely loved this book. I did order the second one. This is in a series called Witchlings as well. And I absolutely love this. I think I will be buying every book by Claribel Ortega now because I love the writing. So, roll number 3, I will be starting this book today or tonight. It is now 7:32 in the evening, and my work shift ends at 9:15. I'm just on a quick little break. I will be starting Daphnie du Maurier because roll number 3 landed on the space of Daphnie du Maurier. So you can read a gothic or a Daphnie du Maurier, and I'm going with the Daphnie du Maurier. So I'm going with Jamaica Inn. I did not realize Daphnie du Maurier has a lot of books out, so I put on my wish list The Loving Spirit. She's got a lot of books out, so I'm going to be working on collecting all of Daphnie du Maurier's books as well. So I will be starting this, but I want to do the 4th roll as you go type of a roll so that I know what book I'll be picking up after I finish this one. So let's go ahead and figure out the next roll. All right, so here is the board. There is the chance and the community shelf. Let's switch this to this one. Okay, and we ended up on Daphnie du Maurier. So right there. I'm going to keep it this way. So yeah, back here. I'll change it this way so that you can see it. Okay, so we are right here. So right before the dice roll roulette. And let's figure out this next roll. Okay, so a 4 and a 5. So we're moving 9 spaces. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is a pull pick. So I will go on Instagram and I'll put like 3 choices and do it that way. So you will not know until I come to do the next roll what the result of that will be. But I will go ahead and get that set up. So again, like I said, I'll go ahead and get that set up on Instagram, but you won't know until the next update of this what the result is. I don't even know right now. I've got to pick like 3 books for people to vote on. So I will do that and then just let you know when I'm ready to roll again. Hello everyone and welcome to the update for Becca's Spookoplathon. We're going to figure out what roll we're on. Yes, I am in my pajamas. My hair is a mess. It is Sunday when filming this. Sunday the 8th. I have had some physical pain today, so I have been in bed and read all day. And tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment to go and do a food allergy egg challenge. So I'm going to be there for several hours. So I've just kind of been taking it easy today and just been reading. So yes, I'm in my pajamas, and you know what? I don't care. This is life, you know, it's just life. Anyway, so I've been reading Jamaica in because the last roll that I got, or the roll before last, was Daphnie du Maurier, and Jamaica Inn is written by Daphnie du Maurier. Daphnie du Maurier, and you can read I think it's a gothic novel, or has the same vibes as the Daphnie du Maurier books, or a book by Daphnie du Maurier. Now, there we go. Yep. And when I did my rolls to kind of build, rather than roll as you go, I actually got this one, so I already knew this is what I was going to read if this comes up. Now, if the Daphnie du Maurier prop comes up again, I'll have to think of something, because I've read all of the Daphnie du Maurier books that I own, which is just 3. Rebecca, Frenchman's Creek, and this one now, Jamaica Inn. Gave it 4 stars, thoroughly enjoyed it. So, okay, now the prompt I'll be working on is poll pick. So for that one, I put a poll on Instagram. It was between His Hostage by Willow Winters, as well as, which that one I put back on the windowsill, as well as Into the Dark by R.L. Stine and Books of Blood by Clive Barker. I got a tie between these 2 books. So this one is a collection of short horror stories, and this is basically a YA horror novella in the First Year World. So I am going to read both of them for the poll pick. I will be starting Books of Blood before Into the Dark. Now the food challenge that I have tomorrow is supposed to take up to 4 hours. So I want to do an additional roll because I imagine I'll get at least halfway through Books of Blood. It won't take me long to read Into the Dark. So I want another book to be able to take to the doctor's office to be ready to read. So that's what we are down here for, is to get the next roll. So this is roll number 5 for the Rolling As We Go for Becca's Spookoplathon. Before I get into that roll, let's see on these other readathons if this will cover any of the other prompts. So for Trick or Treat-a-thon, which I'm on Team Monster, I have fulfilled 3 prompts so far. Music is not... So one of the prompts I'm looking to fulfill is party music, where the main character is a musician or it's a music-based magic. That is not the case. You're a monster from the villain's POV. I'm going to say no on that one. Food on the cover. Yes, there is food on the cover because there is an apple right there with a bite taken out of. So this will count for that. So let me mark that. I was going to do Best Served Hot by Amanda Elliott, but I want to get as much of these readathons completed as possible. So that is 20 points. LGBT author or BIPOC, LGB, neurodivergent, disabled. This was written in like the 1930s, I think is when this was published. So those are definitely not in here. I mean, the most diverse that you have is an albino. Okay. So I'm going to say no, and I don't think it's a host book. I'm not going to worry about that. So at the very least, it's 20 points. Now, let me grab my colored pencil. I'm going to color in. So this was for prompt number 35. I do not get a bingo out of this one. So 20 points is it. Pretty close to getting a bingo on my small bingo board. So hopefully within the next book or 2, I'll get a bingo. Okay. And let's see. For Gothtober, definitely no BIPOC rep. Disability, no. A Sentient House. So with what I can gather from Sentient House, Jamaica Inn would not count. For one, it's an inn, because I'm taking that very literally, so it's not a house. But even if it did count as far as a structure, although Harry Potter does qualify for having a sentient house because it's the school, but it's a castle and people live in the castle. Jamaica Inn, it is an inn, but the landlord of the inn does live there, but I'm saying it is not a sentient house because it's not magical, it's not artificially intelligent. At the most, you just get eerie vibes and evil vibes, and that's it. So no, not a sentient house. Fake dating, no. A book that haunts you, I could do that one. Asian mythology, I don't think so, and it is not a monster romance. You know, I am going to use this for book that haunts you because I've had this, and this is now the third book that I have read by Daphnie du Maurier, and I have been intimidated by her books, just thinking they're going to be boring or something, but I've enjoyed all three books that I've read. So again, that's Rebecca, Frenchman's Creek, and this, but I was still leery about this one, wondering if this would be one that I would like or not. My pen has quit working. So I will use this one for a book that haunts you, just because I was intimidated by picking this up. So thank you to Becca for creating your game that pushed me to pick this up, because I enjoyed it. So for Gothtober, I still have BIPOC rep, disability rep, sentient house, fake dating, Asian mythology, and monster romance. 6 more prompts, and then I'm done with that one. Okay. For Spooktober, it's to read a mystery-focused book. So this does not, I don't think this will count. I don't think there's any mystery. It is. Historical fiction, gothic, and mystery. Okay, so let's use this because mystery is a tag. Obviously not pulpit. Blood marks or broken object on the cover. No. One POV. Yes, we're following one point of view, and that's Mary Yellen. So this will work because it is a mystery. Locked room or closed circle of suspects. You know what? Yes. Definite closed circle of suspects. I'm going to count that for that. So, because I think that one might be a little bit more difficult to fulfill. I do have a cozy mystery, which tends to be small town, but this one is even smaller than the suspects in a cozy mystery. So, for example, basically the town magistrate or the sheriff or whatever you want to call him, they suspect the landlord of Jamaica Inn being in not so good dealings, but they can't prove it. And they're like, well, if it's not him, it's someone close to him, type of thing. So it's very limited amount of suspects and things like that. So I could have also used this for published before 2020. And any mystery. So anyway, okay, so that'll work. I finally have one book done for Spooktober. So yay. Was this on my Catwalk TBR? I don't think it was. Okay, nope. I have yet to even complete a book that was on my October Catwalk TBR game. Hocus Pocus. Okay, so I'm on Team Undead. I have read the group book, but why didn't I mark that on here? I think I gave that 5 stars, right? Yeah, I gave the group book 5 stars. Okay. Let's see. Read a mystery. This is a mystery. Features a zombie, ghost, or other undead characters. No. About something you personally fear. I'm going to say no. Serial killer or murder? No. Graveyard. Features a graveyard? No. Does it feature ghosts? Creepy or weird looking cover? No, I like the cover. I don't think it's creepy. Not scared to read at night. Not Halloween. It's not a middle grade. I wouldn't say they go on an adventure. No sibling relationship. Okay, this is set in the past. So I think I'll use that. That is for Team Sanderson Sisters, so that is not part of my team. I could use it. I am going to use it for reading a mystery because it's a classic historical fiction gothic mystery. Okay, so for Team Undead for Hocus Pocus, I still have features a zombie, something you fear, serial killer or murderer, set in a graveyard or features a graveyard, and then the team books. The team book was Witchlings by Gabrielle A. Ortega, which I did read that one. So I only have 5 more and then I'm done with that. But I will see if I can fulfill the other team prompts too. Smut-tober is to read any smut. There is no smut in this. Like the spiciest you get is a kiss. Okay. Okay, 4 stars for this for Becca's Spookoplathon. Now there is another readathon, but it's more like a bingo board, so it's not an official readathon. I got this from one of Amy's from A Star Reads, one of her videos, so let's see if this will fulfill any of the prompts. I have 3, so I've drawn out the bingo board. I have done scariest book on TBR, Halloween themed, and witches. So no cryptids, no scary doll. It's not a horror, but it does have murder in it. So I could count that. Circus or clown, Stephen King, scary cover, spooky book with voice of reason character, zombies. I could use this for the free space. Black or orange cover. I could use that for that. Ghost story, no. Nevermore, Poe or Ravens. Dystopian, blood on cover, vampires, haunted place, graveyard, ancient evil, the depths below, body horror, creepy colors. I'm going to use this for murder. So let's mark that. Because there's a lot of talk of evil actions, including murder. Okay, so without further ado, now that we've caught up on everything, let's figure out what the next prompt will be. So again, I am going to be starting Books of Blood today. It's a collection. There are 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 short stories in this. At the very least, I'll get halfway. And then this definitely finish in one day. So I might start this one tomorrow, depending on how far I get with this. But I do need another book to take to the doctor's office, since I'll be there for probably around 4 hours. So let's do roll number 5 and see what the next book will be that I will pick up for Becca's Spookoplathon. So there are the community shelf. Here are the chance cards. And I'm going to switch this just to this orange one. We landed on Pull Pick, so let me find Pull Pick is right here. So I'm going to leave this where it is because I'll just be right around here. So on Pull Pick. All right. 3, a 1 and a 2. Okay, so dang, I was hoping for pumpkin spice, but with rolling 2 dice I couldn't have gotten that. So 1, 2, 3. Jigsaw. What the heck is that? I have not seen any of the movies. I know there's a horror movie with Jigsaw. Dang, Hannibal Lecter would have been great because I actually have a book that's part of the Hannibal Lecter series. Okay, Jigsaw. Let me see what that is. Okay, so Jigsaw is, do you want to play a game? These are fictional serial killers. A book that features a game, trials, or a tournament. Oh, crap. Ooh, no, wait. Oh, I think I do have one that would feature a tournament. But it's a baking tournament. But it's still a tournament. Let me double check. So for this one, I'm going to go with Battle Royale by Lucy Parker. Now, this has a library sticker on the back, so I can't read you the full synopsis off of the book. So I've got it pulled up on Goodreads. 4 years ago, Sylvie Fairchild charmed the world as a contestant on the hit baking show Operation Cake. Her ingenious, colorful creations captivated viewers and intrigued all but one of the judges, Dominic De Vere, the hottest pastry chef in London. When her glittery unicorn cake went spectacularly sideways, Dominic was quick to vote her off the show. Since then, Sylvie has managed to use her fame to help fulfill her dream of opening a bakery, Sugar Fair. The toast of Instagram, Sugar Fair has captured the attention of Operation Cake producers and a princess. Dominic is His Majesty's in between each paragraph it says ready, set, and then I think, and match is the other one. Okay, Dominic is His Majesty the King's favorite baker, the go-to for sweet-toothed A-list celebrities and a veritable British institution. He's brilliant, talented, hardworking, and an icy, starchy grouch. Learning that the irksome Sylvie will be joining him on the Operation Cake judging panel is enough to make the famously dour baker even more grim. Her fantastical baking is only slightly more troublesome than the fact that he can't stop thinking about her pink-streaked hair and irrepressible dimple. When Dominic and Sylvie learn, and this is where the trials or the tournament comes in, is what I'm thinking is going to be trials and tournament. For one, battle, so it definitely fits as far as the theme of the word. Let's see. When Dominic and Sylvie learn, they will be fighting for the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to bake a cake for the upcoming wedding of Princess Rose. The flower begins to fly as they are both determined to come out on top. The bride adores Sylvie's quirky smile. The palace wants Dominic's classic perfection. So, there you go. Battle. Game, trial. But it's a trial, it's a battle, tournament to see who's going to come out on top to bake the wedding cake. So I'm going to say that counts. It's as close as I'm going to get right now. So, and I think I'll go ahead and finish this portion of this video here. Rather than doing like a month-long version, I don't want this to be too terribly long. So I'll go ahead and finish this here. How is your progress going on this? So it's been a full week of Spookoplathon and other readathons in October. How's your progress going? Let me know. Have you read any of the books that I've mentioned in this video? Have read anything by any of these authors? Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I'll talk to you later.